Hey everybody, how's it going? So today we'll be talking about modal verbs. Now, modal verbs sounds very mysterious. They don't have to be too confusing. We'll find a way to help you understand that today. But for now, who's sitting right in front of you, right? I'm Jennifer. I came to Japan 5 years ago. It's been a long time already. I think I might stay longer. So the reason I've stayed for 5 years, like, why would you live in Japan for 5 years? Are you crazy? Are you going to come back to the United States? Well, I decided I was going to come here and just basically, I like helping people. And especially when it comes to teaching English, I thought that, I really enjoyed seeing how happy people would get learning a second language. And I started coming up with ways of making it easier for people. So I also teach kids, I teach adults, I help people with their essays. And basically my goal is to get everybody to a more natural level. I have come up with this series today. We're going to be talking about, what was that thing we said in the beginning? Dun, 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 dun. Modal verbs, right? Okay, so modal verbs. Let's see if you can find it in the sentence. If you can't, that's okay. Ready? Can I go to the bathroom? Can I go to the bathroom? So what was that? It's a question, right? Can is being used. Can I go to the bathroom? What am I asking for? What's the point of this sentence? So the point is, I'm asking for permission, right? Please, can you do this for me? Can you say yes? That's what I want, right? The other person is going to have a few options for an answer, right? Can I go to the bathroom? Yes, you can. Oh, yes. That's so good, right? I'm so happy. Or they can say something else. No, you can't. No, you can't. What? I can't go to the bathroom. Oh, okay. That's not really what I was looking for. I was looking for someone to say yes in this case, right? So you can also use can as a modal verb to ask for permission in any sort of situation, right? So like, for example, can we go to Disney? Can we go to Disney? That's another question, right? Let's see. What might the person say? Yes, we can. Or no, we can't go to Disney. And so I will probably be very sad if they say we can't, right? So what was the modal verb again? Can, right? So in that sentence, we used a can. And we also use the negative. Well, the person answering, like my family or my teacher, they said can't, right? You can't go to the bathroom. Or you can't go to Disney. Can't go to Disney. Okay, anyway, so we'll be talking about some other modal verbs too, all right? So, dun 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 dun. We've got this fancy sheet today, right? Modal verbs. Now, we'll talk about a few just to summarize a little bit. So, what they do is they do a few things. So, we talked about permission, right? So, we have permission, right? We also have what? Possibility. Like, is it possible? Is it not possible? We don't know what's going to happen when we talk about possibility, right? Another one is ability, right? Can I ride a bike? Yes, I can. I can ride a bike, right? How about another one? Necessity, right? Something you have to do, right? Like, I must go to work, right? That means you 100% go to work. You must go to work. That's a very strong thing you have to do, right? So we'll be talking about some of those other ones next time. But for now, we're going to focus on a few. So these are a few of our modal verbs over here. So here's the few that we're looking at today, right? We have the one we talked about just now, can, right? Could. And what's that one? Will. And would, right? Not so bad. May. Might. Shall. Like, shall I get the door for you, madame? That's not really one I would use every day, right? But you've heard it in movies before. It's kind of like a more polite way of asking somebody for something. Then we also have should, right? That's like a suggestion. Then we also have must. Like, you must go to work today. Ugh, oh no. I have no choice. 100% I have to go to work. Oh well. And then we have ought to. Ought to, just a quick little summary on that one. Ought to is just like you should do something. It's another one to say like you should, right? It's another example of saying should. So like you ought to study for your test on Friday. You ought to study for your test on Friday. I know what's good for you. You should listen to my advice. You ought to study. Anyway, we'll talk about those next time. But back to can, back to could. So we have different times going on too, also. So we have time for what? The present, right? We can express the present with can. We can express the past also with could. So we'll get into that with how to use them, right? So in the sentence, we said they're used when. Can I go to Disney, right? Can I go to Disney? They're used before the main verb of the sentence. So, can I go? Can I go? Now, what's the main verb? We talked about the modal verb, and the modal verb is can, right? What's the main verb? What's the verb right next to that modal? Go. Can I go to Disney, right? So that's our verb right there. How about another one? Can I play outside, Mom? Can I play outside, Mom? What's the main verb of that one? Play, right? Can I play outside, Mom, right? And I'm using it as a question too, right? So as long as you remember, you want your modal verb next to your main verb. And then you'll have your sentence, and then you'll have your question, right? So we'll get into can and could, okay? So we're going to be talking a little bit about these two. Can versus could, okay? It's not too bad, so just bear with me. So can, we talked about what can shows, right? Can shows ability. Can you ride a bike? Yes, I can. Or no, I can't. No way, right? So that's ability. Can you do it? Can you count to 10? Let's see. 1, 2. No, I can't. I can't count to 10. Yes, I can. I can count to 10. So ability, right? Another one is, dun, 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 dun. We have the past, right? So we have the past, which is could. So could also shows ability, but it can be shown in the past, okay? So something you could do a long time ago. Like, for example, maybe you could speak English. You could speak English, but you can't now? Uh-oh. So let's look at that one, okay? So we have the ability can versus could. So let's look at the top one, all right? I can speak English. I can speak English. Right now, I'm speaking English, right? Ah, but what's the other one? I could speak English. I could speak English when I was in America, but now, after living in Japan for so long, I can't remember English. Dun, dun, dun. So I could do this back then. I can't now. Maybe it's been too long in a different country, right? Maybe I only speak Japanese, right? But sometimes, for me, I do sometimes forget a word in English, right? So maybe you could use that example, right? What else can we talk about? Well, we got ability, right? So how about permission, right? Like, can I go to the bathroom? How about, can I have some? Can I have some? You've got some popcorn, right? Can I have some? How about, could I have some? Could I have some? It's like it's asking what? It's like it's asking the same thing, right? Could I have some popcorn? Can I have some popcorn? Can I have some money? Could I have some money? There's a little difference there though. What's the difference? Can I have some money? Could I have some money? There's a little difference in the way it's being said and the situation too. Can, we can use it. It's nice. It's a nice way to ask for things, right? It's not bad. But could is a little better. Could, we have can here, we have could. Could, I want to use could when I talk to my boss. I want to use could when I talk to someone who's in like a high position, possibly, or at work, something like that. Can, I can use can when I talk to my friends. Like, hey, can you lend me your jacket? Can you lend me a few bucks? A few dollars? Yeah, sure, here you go. Yay, okay. Or, sorry, no, I can't lend you a few bucks. You're on your own. There's an ATM over there. I'm like, oh no, my friend can't lend me their money. Okay. How about my boss? Could I have Saturday off? Could I have Saturday off? Yes. Yes, you can. Oh, okay, great. So could, in this case, we're using it for a question, right? And we're also using it for permission, okay? So there's that, but then wait, there's more. What else is there? So I can also use can and could to show possibility. So possibility, like, is it gonna happen? Is it not gonna happen? Are you sure? Maybe. Who knows, right? What's the chance it's gonna happen? What's the possibility, right? So let's look at our first example over here. Smoking can cause cancer. Wow, that sounds very serious, right? Well, it's showing that the possibility is real. There's a high chance this is gonna happen. How about this one? The fire could have been prevented. So could, we said, sounds like it could have been something in the past, right? It has that meaning, something in the past, something that's already happened, right? There's a slight chance the fire, might have been stopped. There's a slight chance, maybe a regret. If we only put sprinklers in the roof, then, maybe if every room had a sprinkler in the ceiling, there would be no fire. It could have been prevented. There is a slight, small chance, right? So that's where we use could sometimes. So we're talking about what? We're talking about present versus past in these cases, right? So back to here, smoking can cause cancer. When can it cause it? In the past? No, it can cause it in the present, in the near future, in the future. So things like that. It shows a very strong chance this is going to happen, right? Okay, we're doing well so far. Another thing that we could also talk about is using it for like advice or suggestions. So for example, like, I could dress up as Batman for Halloween. I could dress up as Batman for Halloween. I don't know. Sounds like a good idea though. So what's that? A suggestion, maybe, that I could dress up as Batman for Halloween, right? It could be, how about this? No, I don't think you should dress up as Batman for Halloween. But you could dress up as, I don't know, Spider-Man. You could dress up as Spider-Man. Okay, so what are my choices here? I've got Batman, I've got Spider-Man. My friend is telling me you could dress up as Spider-Man. Oh, so that's a suggestion. And it's kind of like advice too. So there we have it. We have a lot of different ways we can use can and could. And there's many other ways we can use it too. But we'll talk about that later, and we'll talk about some of the other modals as well next time. Okay? Not too bad, and I think we should be okay. All right? We'll see you next time.